Hello everyone, how are you all doing today? Are you feeling great or are you feeling excellent? Come on, describe your day in one word in the chat box. I'll give you 2 seconds to describe your day in one word. Is it good, excellent, beautiful, or lovely? Come on, type your answers in the chat box, everyone. Keep typing, everyone. Good job. Keep typing. You have to type continuously in today's session. So, how is your day? My day is going awesome. Tell me about your day in the chat box. All right, that's excellent from all of you. Now, I have few questions. I have a question and many options for you to answer today. Okay. So, my first question and the last question is, what did you do yesterday? As it was Sunday, so tell me, what did you do yesterday? Did you study or did you go to school? Or did you meet your friends outside school? I have three options for you. So tell me, what did you do yesterday? Come on, type your answers in the chat box. I'm waiting for your answers. What did you do yesterday? Did you study, go to school, or meet your friends outside or somewhere? All right, I'm getting so many answers in the chat box. Super. Keep going on, everybody. Keep writing your answers in the chat box. Awesome. Now, tell me, are this question in past tense or present tense? Come on, keep answering in the chat box. Are these questions in past tense or present tense? Absolutely right. As you can see on the screen, these questions were in past tense. Now tell me, why were they in past tense? Any one word that tells you it is in past tense? Tell me in the chat box one word that tells you that these questions were in past tense. Absolutely right. DID did tells you that these questions were in past tense. Good job, everyone. Keep typing your answers in the chat box. Now tell me any one word that tells you about past tense. Any one word. It could be saw, it could be drank, anything. Type your answers in the chat box. One past tense word. I'll give you 2 more seconds to write this. One word in past tense. Any one word. Superb. Keep going on. Good job. All right. So, what is past tense? Read along with me. The past tense is the verb form you use to talk about things that happened in the past. The time of action can be in the recent past or the distant past. For example, I joined the circus. So, over here, what is the past tense? Type in the chat box. Correct. Joined is in the past tense. So now let's understand how do we form the sentence in simple past. Simple formula, and you have to type in the chat box. Subject plus verb, which is in form 2, plus object. We'll understand what is verb 2 also later. So subject plus V plus O. Write it in the chat box, everyone. S plus V plus O. I'm waiting for your answers in the chat box. Come on, quickly type it down. Super. Keep doing it. All right, now let's understand this with one example. What is subject, what is verb, and what is object in the sentence? So over here, we is subject, play is verb, and tennis last week is object. So we played tennis last week as subject plus verb plus object. Can you type that in the chat box if you haven't typed it till now? S plus V plus O. Super. Keep doing it, everyone. Good job, everyone. Keep typing your answers in the chat box. Now, can you tell me how many forms of verbs are there according to you? You must have read about it, learned about it. Type in the chat box. Is it one or is it two? How many forms do you know about verbs? All right, I can see answers flowing in. Irregular, regular. Keep typing, everyone. Exactly, that's the answer. There are two types, which are regular and irregular verbs. All right. So let's see regular verb. What do we do with the regular verb? We add d or ed to the root form of the verb. At the suffix, that means at the end we add d or ed. For example, let's read out together. I'll talk about root verbs and you will type in the chat box past tense of that root verb. All right. If you're ready, type ready in the chat box. Okay. So the first one is dance. And the past tense of dance is danced. Can you type that in the chat box quickly, everyone? Type down dance. We are adding ed in the suffix of the root verb. Next is type. Past tense of type is typed. Good job. Next is listen. And the past tense of listen is listen. Ed. Add ed to the word listen. And the last one is push. Past tense of push is everybody knows it, right? Pushed. Good job, everyone. Keep typing in the chat box. Those who couldn't write it down, write all these 4 sentences in the chat box, words in the chat box. Now, let's look at the irregular verbs. What are irregular verbs? Can you give me one example of it in the chat box? And read along with me. Irregular verbs are the verbs that do not follow the normal patterns for tense and past participle. For example, in this sentence, we saw a movie last week wherein see is the root verb and saw is the past tense of see. Do you agree with that? Type yes in the chat box if you agree with this. Type yes if you agree that see is the root verb and saw is the past tense of that verb. Keep typing, everybody. Super. Now tell me, what is the main verb or the root verb in this sentence? They went to school yesterday. So over here, went is the past tense. But what is the root verb of the went? Come on, everybody. It's just 2-letter word in the chat box. Type it in the chat box. 2-letter word. I'll give you a clue. It starts with G. That's right. Go is the root verb for the past tense word went. Superb, everyone. Keep typing your answers. That shows you are so excited for the class and you want to learn. Great job. Now, let's understand few more examples of root verb and their past tense. All right, what you have to do, I'll speak about the root verb and you will write down the past tense of those words. All right. So the first one is drink. Past tense of drink is drank. Type that in the chat box. Drank. Next is build. And the past tense is built. Spelling is super easy. You just have to remove D and put T in that. Next is go. Went. We did that right now. Do. Did. We did many questions with that did word. Rise. Rose. Simple. All right, those who couldn't write down these 5 words, keep typing your answers in the chat box. Everyone, keep typing it. Great job, everyone. I'm so happy that you're participating with so much energy. Super. All right. Keep typing, everyone. All right. On that note, let's have a quick recap. Okay. What you have to do is fill in the blank with the correct verb form. Now you know about irregular verbs, right? You have to add either D or ed at the suffix of the root verb. So let's start with the first one. Ramesh dash his medal. So you have to use polished word in that blank. Past tense of polish is, come on, type that in the chat box. Past tense of polish. Keep typing, everyone. I want to see everybody is participating. I want to see everybody participate. Come on, everybody. Type in the chat box polish past tense. And also tell me whether it is regular verb or irregular verb. All right. The answer is Ramesh polished his medal. It is regular or irregular verb. Absolutely right. It's regular verb because we are adding ed. All right. Next is India dashed the World Cup yesterday. Now, what is the past tense of win? Now, this is irregular verb. That's the clue for you. So, tell me, what is it? Past tense of win is what? Absolutely right, everybody. India won the World Cup yesterday. Can you type that in the chat box? Win dash won. So, root verb and the past tense of that verb. Keep typing, everybody. Good job. I'm so impressed with everybody's participation. Super. Now it's a quiz time. Again, you have so many options, 4 options, and you have to fill in the blanks with the correct option. So the first one is my mother dashed cake yesterday. And the options are make, made, or makes. Again, this is regular verb. So you will be able to understand it very easily. You have to think whether it is regular or irregular verb. That was a clue for you. It could be regular or irregular. My mother made cake yesterday. Good job. Let's go to the next one. She dashed cereal in the morning. Ate, eat, ate it, or eats. As it is in past tense and it is irregular verb, what is the answer for this? Absolutely right. Option 1A. She ate cereal in the morning. Good job, everyone. Now let's see the next one. Many freedom fighters dash for the freedom. Now, what is the answer for this? Do you need options for this? Fought, fight it, fight, fights. Very easy. And that's right. Option 1 is the correct answer. If you are not typing it, type it in the chat box. Fought. Many freedom fighters fought for the freedom. Keep typing, everyone. I want everybody to participate and understand regular verb and irregular verb today. Past tense of regular and irregular verb also. Keep typing, everyone. Now what you have to do is read the sentence along with me loudly. I was watching television last night. Now tell me, is this sentence is in past simple past tense? Do you think so? Was is there, watching is there. Do you think that is simple past tense? What do we add? Ed and d or some irregular verbs? No, right? It is not simple past tense, but it is another type of tense. What is it? It is in past, but what type of past tense it is? Absolutely right. Past continuous tense. Can you type that in the chat box for me? Past continuous tense. Super. Keep typing, everyone. So what is past continuous tense? Can anybody write in the chat box? One example of it. I want everybody to think and tell me one word that tells us past continuous tense. Great job. Now read along with me. Past continuous tense is a continuing action or an event that happened at some point in time in the past. Something happened and it was happening in the past, right? So now let's understand a rule or a format to write this sentence. Subject plus was or were plus verb present participle, which is an ing form plus object. All right, can you type that in the chat box? S plus was or word plus V plus O. Come on, I'm waiting for everybody's reply in the chat box. Keep typing in the chat box, everyone. Now let's understand with one example. Ready for the example? And I can see so many thumbs up in the chat box. Good job. Okay, I was cooking biryani yesterday. So tell me what is subject in this sentence. Type that I in the chat box. Subject is I. Type I in the chat box, everyone. Was is auxiliary verb. Type was in the chat box. Everybody be quick in typing. All right. Cooking is verb. Type it in the chat box. Cooking. And biryani yesterday is object. Easy to understand and remember past continuous tense now. Subject plus verb, auxiliary verb plus object. All right. Was or verb is an auxiliary verb. All right. Now let's look at the few examples. Again, you have to type down the past continuous tense in the chat box and I will read out the root verb. Okay. Drink. So past continuous of drink is drinking. You can write was drinking or were drinking in the chat box. Okay. Drive. Was driving or were driving. Type in the chat box, everyone. Drive past continuous tenses. Driving. Sing. I was singing. We were singing. So write it down. Was singing. Were singing in the chat box of your choice. Rain. Raining. Come on, everybody. I want everybody to participate. Keep typing your answers in the chat box. Great job. I'm so happy everybody is participating so nicely. Good job. Now, what you have to do again, fill in the blank with the correct option. There are 4 options. Think quickly and type your answer in the chat box. We dashed in the market last week. 4 options are were shopping, was shopping, Was shopped, was shopping. So it is past continuous tense. So you have to think about word shop and was a word according to the subject. I know everybody is so happy to answer over here. And the answer is were shopping. Now read loud along with me. We were shopping in the market last week. All right. Next is I dashed dinner when she arrived. Root word is make. And past continuous tense of this is, come on, think everybody. Is it word making, word makes, or was making? Subject is I. Think about it and quickly tell your answers in the chat box. Absolutely right. I was making dinner when she arrived. I'm so happy that everybody is thinking and answering in the chat box. Good job, everyone. All right, now let's move to the activity time. Can you type that in the chat box? Activity. Everybody write down activity in the chat box and let's solve this Google form. Click on the link which is there in the chat box. Write your name, school's name, and correct option for all the 5 questions. Very easy questions related to simple past and past continuous tense. Come on, everybody, click your answers quickly, and then what is most important point? Submit your Google form so that I can read everybody's answer. Okay, and then don't forget to show me thumbs up in the chat box so that I know that you could do it on time. Come on, everybody who got 5 more seconds to do it. Type your answers in the chat box. Great going, everyone. Come on, everybody. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. That's it for today. But I want you to finish your Google form. And I'm sure you're clear with the tenses which are related to past, simple past, and past continuous by now. Make sure to subscribe to our channel for regular grammar updates. Please watch the video regularly and share it with your friends as well. I will see you again in the next episode. Till then, bye bye to everyone. See you again.